for you?
This was the first film back of 2009 for me. And it was one of those things when you go, it's the first film I've seen in 2009, and I'm already fast-forwarding to the end of 2009 and thinking, if this is not in my top 10 worst of the year, top 5 worst of the year, then the year will have been so bad that I make you this promise now. If Bride Wars isn't in my top 10 worst films of the year, if there are 10 films worse than Bride Wars this year, I quit. Okay? So literally, bear this in mind.
No, don't say that, because then people will hold you to it. And
I know, but it's like, every now and then you have to make a stand, and this is it. If the state of play
you can make a stand over Kit Kats, but it's no point making a stand over Bride Wars.
Simon, you don't have to see them. You didn't have to sit there and watch Bride Wars, okay?
Yeah, but I'm not a film reviewer.
No, but I am, right?
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. And if there are 10 films worse than Bride Wars this year, I quit, okay? So there are 2 Anne Hathaway movies at the moment, which are, Anne Hathaway nuptial projects. One of them is Rachel Getting Married, which is directed by Jonathan Demme, which is this kind of edgy, handheld affair about these really horrible people who, you're meant to kind of empathise with, but you don't. And but it's for your consideration. And then we have this, which is this not edgy, not handheld movie about horrible people who you're meant to find funny, but you don't, which is for your money. And the story is Anne Hathaway and Kate Hudson are 2 close friends, and they've grown up together with dreams of weddings. Ever since they were little girls, they dreamt about weddings. And now they're both going out with boys who are both going to propose to them, and they're going to have weddings. But you never guess what? They both dream of having the same wedding, and the coincidence, on the same day and in the same place. That's going to create a clash of loyalties. Here's a clip.
At the end of the day, I want you at my wedding, and whichever way this works out, one of us will just have to be married on a different day.
Absolutely. I mean, I want you at my wedding, too, obviously. If we can't think of any other way out of this, one of us will simply have to be flexible.
Yeah, one of us will just have to change venues.
Right, one of us could. Probably not the one of us who's been saving up for a decade because she makes a pittance compared to the other one of us, but...
True. I mean, or it would be if the other one of us wasn't so desperate to get married to the Plaza, because the Plaza practically is the only happy memory she has of her childhood. So, oops, that's...
Right. One of us will have to move her date.
Yep, one of us will.
And until one of us decides we shouldn't make any concrete plans...
Agreed. There's some time before we lock things in. Let's just not do anything.
Right.
Until one of us moves her date.
Okay, so, talk to you soon. One of us should call the other one.
Did you deliberately choose the worst clip from the movie, though?
No, that's the one. That's the clip. Do you hear the music in the background? Bucky, funny, jolly, ha 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 ha. Now, everyone will tell you it's a chick flick. Only in the sense that if you ground it up and fed it to battery hens, it might be better served than running it through a projector.
I know quite a few battery hens who want to go and see this film, I must say.
So, look, where do we begin with the problems, okay? Because obviously what they do is, rivalry breaks out, they switch each other's videos, they switch each other's hair dye, so one of them ends up with blue hair, they switch...
Don't spoil it.
I'm not, this is all in the trailer.
That's a plot spoiler.
No, fine. I've given away the thing about one of them ends up with blue hair. You know what? If you saw the trailer and one of them's walking around with blue hair, guess what? It was the other one what did it. And that goes on for a while. So, now, Anne Hathaway, she's okay. And I don't have a problem with Anne Hathaway. She has done some very good movies. She was in things like, she was in Brokeback Mountain. She was in Princess Diaries, which is okay. She's been in some real stiffs as well, like Havoc, which is a really, really terrible movie. And then she's in, Rachel Getting Married, which she's now being sort of touted as a kind of awards contender. Kate Hudson, on the other hand, completely different matter. Kate Hudson has been in loads and loads of rubbish movies alongside one good movie which is Almost Famous. And Kate Hudson, for this, and much is made of this in the press notes, makes her producing debut. And she says, I really wanted to do a movie that was about women pushing the comedic envelope. Well, how is the comedic envelope pushed? Well, firstly, it's pushed by giving us 2 female characters who say, with completely straight faces, there's nothing in the world better than Vera Wang. And we're meant to think that this is this is perfectly acceptable. Okay, so secondly, she casts herself as a high-powered lawyer. Kate Hudson, right? Kate Hudson is a high-powered lawyer. That comes up in about the first 5 minutes, and that's the point at which I go, sorry, leaving. No, Kate Hudson's not a high-powered lawyer. Not having that. I mean, I buy Kate Hudson as the sort of ditzy floozy in Almost Famous. That's fine. Kate Hudson's a high-powered lawyer. No. Seriously,
this is similar to your Meg Ryan as a helicopter pilot.
Yeah, well, that's it. Funnily enough, it's exactly the same as that. Meg Ryan is a helicopter pilot. Kate Hudson is a high-powered lawyer. Neither of the two are true. Thirdly, it's a film which asks you to laugh at the following joke, okay? Kate Hudson, right, who looks like this. Okay? She gets into a dress.
Like a puckered up lip.
Okay.
Sucked a lemon.
Really thin, okay? She gets into a dress that is apparently a size, I don't know, nil or something, right? And then the gag is, you never get this, it's so funny. Anne Hathaway gets her to eat lots of chocolate, right? And she gets really fat, so she can't fit into the dress. So she gets into the dress and she tries to do it up, still looking to zip it up. She says, oh, I'm too fat to get into the dress. Now, number of problems. Firstly, in physical terms, she's even less existent than in kind of intellectual. I mean, she has less of a physical presence than she does as a production thing. You know, she just is not there. Turn around, not there. Okay, no, fine. Secondly,
she needs a Kit Kat.
While she does, but not one that we're boycotting. While she's doing the gag about being too fat to get into the dress, the camera is looking at her incredibly skinny and apparently not being able to. But it's like she said, now look, here's how the gag's going to work, okay? The thing is, I've eaten a bunch of chocolate.
She's a gay New York man.
She is. I've really put on such a lot of weight. You're never going to believe it. But the thing is, obviously, I haven't really put on weight.
It's Frank.
Because I'm Kate Hudson.
Father of the Bride.
Okay? As Kate Hudson, I'm not really like that. So what I want you to do, you do the angle from behind so you see the zip, okay? The zip won't go up. But at the same time, make sure it's on display that I'm not really fat. I'm making a joke about being fat, but I'm not really fat. Because I want people to laugh at the idea of me being fat, but I don't want anyone to think I'm actually fat, okay? Because I'm a lawyer, but I'm not fat. I'm thin, but I'm pretending to be fat.
I challenge you to do that on Newsnight Review. That will be fantastic.
Then, third point. Apparently, at some point in the production process, she's fallen asleep in a vat of plastic, right? And it's gone like this. And her whole face has locked like that. So Anne Hathaway, who is all eyebrows and teeth, here's an Anne Hathaway performance.
Well, meanwhile, like a fish. I'm having to interpret. This is all television.
Eyebrows. No, fine. Meanwhile, Kate, literally,
skin like this, face like this. Describe what she's doing.
Okay, fine. Imagine if you got.
Fine on the webcam. The lights are on.
Don't do this at home, right? If you get what do you call it, cling film, right, and you wrapped it around your face with your fringe down, right? Yeah. That would be what Kate Hudson's performance is like. Meanwhile, if you got a Moulinex mincer and put it on either side of your eyebrows, don't do this at home, and your eyebrows were going up and down, that would be Kate Hudson's performance. So what you have is, on the one hand, a performance of a face which has no movement. On the other hand, the performance of a face which is all eyebrows and teeth. Now, for some reason, somebody's got it into their head that this is hilariously funny. And, you know, and the funniest scene in the movie that actually made me wonder whether the ghost of Harold Pinter wasn't actually hanging over all this, is there's a scene in which two characters argue about their wedding plans while somebody else sits in the background doing their tax returns. I mean, you think, oh, I get it, right? It's not meant to be a chick flick. It's meant to be a hideous existential drama that makes you lose the will to live. And it's actually peopled by, you know, strange walk-ons from the Stepford Wives. That's what it is. It's a satire. And then I go, no, it's not. It's a movie that's not funny. And it's 2009, and everything's starting really bad. And I'm going to say,
so take a Moulinex and a cling film.
No, obviously don't do any of these things, because if you do, you'll hospitalise yourself. But I'm trying to paint a picture with words, like that bloke describing the fleets lit up. You know, I'm trying to paint a picture.
Well, you were trying, apart from doing impressions, which were ridiculous on the radio, because I had to describe them, unless you're watching on the webcam, because the lights are on and it's big live stream.
Okay. Kate Hudson, right, who looks like this. Okay, she gets into a dress,
like a puckered up lip, sucked a lemon.
Really thin. Okay.